Hello! Hello again to our studio audience and to our viewers at home. Welcome to another edition of the IB Film Show. I, as always, am your host, Mr. Shotwell, and joining me in the studio today is CEG Productions, who have just finished up their newest film. What's it called again? New York or Nowhere. Immediately to my left is the picture's director, Emily Friccione. To her left is the picture's cinematographer, Charlotte Rathjen. And next to Charlotte on the end, the picture's editor, Grace Iacobellis. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome back. It's great to see you too. Thank you for coming in. So we're going to watch the film in a couple of minutes, but while I have you guys here, I wanted to ask you each a couple of questions about it, so we have a little context before we watch it. Starting, Emily, with you, seeing as you directed the film. I wanted to ask you, there's a ton we could talk about because you were involved in it from like tip to stern, but I wanted to ask you specifically about the concept in general. So when we started this project, you guys could make anything. You could do a detective film, you could do a narrative mystery film, you could do whatever. You settled on making a documentary. Can you, out of all these options, tell us why? Why a documentary?
Well, at first we had no idea what we wanted to do. And then we just started watching like previous films in class, and we saw In and On Long Island, which was like a previous IB Film students project. Mm-hmm. And like from there we just decided like it would be really cool to go to the city and get some interviews, and we kind of like got the inspiration for this from like TikToks or like YouTube interviews that we've seen like people doing that. Mm-hmm. And once we were there, like we were planning on just doing like an interview based film, but once we were there it just felt really like real and authentic. And that like we should maybe like make it more like a documentary of the day. Yeah,
which is why you incorporated the like behind the scenes footage.
Yeah.
Cool. Charlotte, so you specifically handled the cinematography, which was interesting in this because you kind of had this collage-y blend of stuff you shot with the like our Canon cameras combined with stuff you shot on your cell phone. Emily alluded to the TikTok inspirations. What was your main intention, though, regarding like the themes of this film? And how did you guys develop these themes through the film choices and techniques you made?
I think we were trying to go for something to like kind of embrace and show everyone's like culture and diversity. And we really wanted to capture like so many people in New York City are like come from different places, sure. But like in the end, like all of us are very similar. Yeah. And I think our decision to like incorporate people's languages was really cool because like you had all these different people speaking different languages, but like we had them say like the one line like I love New York.
Yeah, I love that part.
Yeah. So I feel like that like kind of created unity, and it was really cool just to like from like our experience like get to meet and talk to people from like literally all over the world. So I think just like embracing people's differences, but also like showing how like the human population is like so similar, like despite their differences, was really cool. And I think just like from my perspective, like shooting medium close-ups was like kind of captured that genuine likeness of like the trueness of people, and like kind of like create like sympathy from the audience point of view, because it really like captured like who they were and like what they were saying from like a close-up view.
I hadn't thought about it like that, but in retrospect, that is really interesting that you have interviewees from like widely disparate backgrounds speaking in different languages, but they are all captured in a shot that is framed the same way. That's a really interesting sort of metaphorical allusion to what this whole thing was supposed to be about. Very cool. Grace, so you handled the editing in particular. But I know a lot of you guys kind of split responsibilities and helped develop this really sort of on an equal plane with each other. Charlotte mentioned this. I was hoping you could develop a little further. Can you explain the decision not to translate those interviews, or those interviewees rather, that answered your questions in languages other than English?
Yeah. So when we were like in the city, a lot of people we interviewed more of them didn't speak English, and a lot of them spoke like other languages than English.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to like keep it that way and in the film, because it like kind of showed exactly what New York is, and just like a mixture of a bunch of different languages and like cultures. And like a girl in the film said, like it's just like a melting pot of like a bunch of like different countries. Yeah. And I feel like even though it's not translated and you don't know exactly what they're saying, like you can kind of like use your imagination and like the gist of like the feeling that New York brings to like kind of guess what they're saying.
In a way, it almost, I was going to say this when I was talking to you, Charlotte, that I think is one of many elements of this film where it feels like you almost must have felt while making this almost the same feeling that watching it translates, I would imagine. It's a cool thing to not be able to understand these interviews, because I would imagine that most of you, when you were conducting them, couldn't understand how you were being responded to. So there's a real symbiotic experience there between like you guys making it and us watching it. That was one of the things I liked about that so much. Great. So should we check it out? Anything else you guys want to tell us before we see it? All right. So without further ado, CEG Productions is New York or Nowhere. We hope you enjoy.
Okay, so we're off to the school.
We're trying to get an SD card, and then we have a 10:10 train. So currently we're at the school, and no one is here. So we're calling a friend.
What about this? What about
This isn't a great start. Say it's good.
Behind the scenes.
It works.
It works.
Thank you.
Great, we just got our SD card.
Train is in 4.
Wait, I thought it was at 17.
It is at. Is this a dead end? Don't tell me. Guys, how do you feel? How do you guys feel?
Wait, what am I doing?
Try to see the main.
This station is End Station.
What brought you to New York?
My little sister.
I was born and raised here. So.
Actually, just by accident.
Wow, can you tell us more?
Actually, I'm half Japanese, half Chinese, but when I was young, my parents was divorced, and my dad wanna get rid of me to going abroad. So I was trying to, maybe I can join some kind of project to another country and come to Japan to find my mom. But now I didn't imagine the program is to United States, so yeah, I'm here.
Life, a dream.
My birthday's tomorrow, so we're just walking the city, gonna go meet some friends, go to the Diamond District and just say hi.
Porque, espérate.
había como lo puedo decir en español, I can't say in Spanish because I don't know había como un sitio así de diseño de interiores y eso que se podía visitar y yo quería estudiar eso y venía a visitarlo y también porque la ciudad es muy bonita.
My granddaughter who watches a lot of YouTubing and wants to come to kind of really experience it for real.
We come here like 3 times a year. I go to school in Poughkeepsie, New York, which is about an hour and a half away. And I'm just here to see my sister because she's here right now.
Because we love this city and in Europe we haven't such a city.
What's one piece of advice?
In life, be yourself and get fun.
Stay confident, being confident.
One piece of advice, I can't even think with all the sirens. One piece of advice for me would be you got to give 10% of your money that you earn because it'll always come back to you. Giving charity will make you rich, believe that.
Don't step in the same ditch twice. Always look where you're walking so you don't walk into a pile of shit.
Best piece of advice, be yourself. Don't be what other people want you to be.
Just have fun and enjoy yourself and always try to be friendly to everyone, even though if the people are not friendly to yourself.
Advice, be patient, do everything step by step. Take your time when you answer and make sure you love yourself.
Bueno, el principal consejo es que vengan muy abrigados porque hace mucho frío y que vengan con ganas de salir a recorrer, a caminar, a disfrutar la ciudad porque en todos los espacios se puede ver cultura acá en Nueva York.
What is one word to describe New York?
Iconic.
Amazing.
Rowdy.
Tough.
Busy. Crazy.
Just amazing.
Fantastic.
Huge.
Beautiful.
Oh, do you speak any other languages?
I speak a little bit of Hebrew, and that's pretty much it.
Arigato gozaimasu. So a little bit of Japanese.
Spanish.
Yes, I speak Russian and I speak Hebrew.
Arabic and English. أنا كنحب نيويورك.
我爱纽约。
Нью-Йорк çok seviyorum. Я люблю Нью-Йорк.
I have New York City.
Ich liebe New York.
Amo Nueva York.
Because I see different kind of life here.
The hub of America. It's like, yeah, the people, I think. It's a like a melting pot of people.
Thanks a lot for coming in, everybody. Of course, my pleasure. And thanks to our studio audience and, as always, our viewers at home. This has been another edition of the IB Film Show. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time.